Big development in the case of the Tate brothers, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. The internet personalities have left Romania, where they had faced investigations into being human traffickers and forming an organized crime group. That's what they were accused of by the authorities. They are expected to land in Florida this morning. One of their lawyers, Joseph McBride, wrote on X earlier, Andrew and Tristan Tate have returned home to America. Yesterday, Romania rightly decided it did not have the evidence it needed to hold them any longer. Today, Andrew and Tristan Tate are free. All eyes on our FL defamation case.
Per the Financial Times, Trump officials had urged Romania to lift travel restrictions on the two brothers.
Prosecutors alleged that the brothers had tricked multiple women and eventually forced these women to participate in online pornographic videos while housing them near Bucharest. For instance, prosecutors said that the Tates made these women believe they were interested in a relationship when, in fact, they just wanted them to appear in the videos. The Tates were indicted in Bucharest over those accusations. They appealed, however, and the court ruled the case could not go to trial due to legal and procedural irregularities.
The Tates are extremely contentious figures in the social media realm. They're both former kickboxers who have since garnered a massive following for portraying a lavish lifestyle and promoting an extremely aggressive form of masculinity. Critics also say they're blatantly sexist and misogynist. The two also have an online course called Hustlers University, where they teach people how to make money on the internet.
In an archived version of Andrew Tate's website, in the part of the PhD program, he explains how he got rich. Part of that section reads, "My job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me, to where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together." It's important to note that the Tates have vehemently denied all of the allegations against them. They are polarizing figures among conservative media. Some figures, including Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, have engaged with the Tates. Others, such as Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro, assailed the Tates as vile abusers of women. A colleague of Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring, wrote on X, "The way conservatives and conservative organizations respond to Andrew Tate arriving on U.S. soil will tell you everything you need to know about them. Any organization or host who embraces him is engaged in far worse than simple grift, though it is that. Andrew Tate is an enemy of any traditional American conservatism." Political commentator Chris Cillizza wrote on X, "Andrew Tate, no matter your politics, is a very bad guy." The reason we're talking about him is for various reasons. The Tates have attracted a following of very online young men, some of whom otherwise evince a kind of conservative or Trumpian politics. Tate, as I said, was interviewed by Tucker Carlson and has been received, I would say, somewhat friendly by Candace Owens. Other conservatives think absolutely not. Why are we sidling up to someone who was accused of really awful treatment of women, to say the least? Now, I should say, just because the Romanian authorities charged you with something doesn't necessarily mean all the case was airtight. They were not convicted. They had to be released because the case was mishandled. I have some degree of skepticism of the criminal justice system. Now, that said, there's the question of whether they're criminally liable for the things they did, which they beat the charges, they're out, fine, and whether they should be revered as upstanding personal heroes for conservatives, which seems like an obvious no, but that's where I'm at. Where are you at?
I'm laughing at this because we're even talking about this when, in our other segments we've been talking about federal workers. But in terms of this, why do people follow this kind of behavior? How have they gotten this following? Well, apparently, some guys need to figure out how to talk to a woman. I don't know. Yeah. But it makes me think about I can't remember the name of the show. I want to say the Tinder Swindler or something, where there was a guy who was swindling women out of money. The case with a woman in New York who they say she was swindling business people. I mean, these are personal choices. We're going to talk about personal liberties. I don't know, where this is going to go, where this story is going to go, but I imagine that once they touch on American soil, this is going to become a more story, and we may see other things come out of the woodwork that we don't know.
Yeah, I don't really want to have them. I mean, they're free men now. They can do what they want, and also I don't think every necessarily treating someone badly and doing the things that he describes, going on dates, sleeping with women, and then convincing them to participate in pornography. That's really skeezy behavior, really bad moral behavior. Was that all criminal? Is that the same thing as sex trafficking? Those are all questions from like a legal perspective that they weren't able to seal the deal on that. But that doesn't mean you have to. Not every person who is, even if they are a victim of whatever, the criminal justice system or the deep state, there's this tendency now among MAGA people or Trump people to like embrace because the perception is that Trump has been mistreated by the deep state, the criminal justice system, and I agree with that to an extent, that everyone else who faces that must also be a political victim and must be embraced, from Rod Blagojevich to Eric Adams to now it's going to be Andrew Tate as well. And I think that's going to create a pernicious incentive for people to just, you heard it from Menendez, right? He gets convicted. There's literal gold bars in his socks or wherever he was keeping them. And he says, yeah, just like Trump, I'm a victim of another witch hunt. Like, Democrats will do this, and MAGA will make themselves easy marks if they just embrace anyone who has been persecuted for any reason.
I just wish that we would stop going and putting the labels in terms of MAGA, Democrats. This is what Americans are doing. The whole culture right now is really about money. Mm-hmm. So we have these few billionaires that are at the top. They say they're 1%, I think less than 1%, much less than 1%. And all of this keeps coming to how the society, how people in an I, me world are trying to figure out, how can I get something more than just the crumbs that keep tumbling down from the apple pie? And so, in terms of where this is in this story, it's talking about women who were offered, hey, let's build an empire together. So it keeps going back to our value system in America is built around money and about what we can have and what we can't have. And I don't know if it's necessarily MAGA versus Democrats or what have you. People are vilified within the media or on fake charges or what have you, or deep state or whatever it is. But overall, this is why we need credible media sources so that we can get to the truth.
Yeah. Andrew Tate has always struck me as there's something just very sad about his whole mindset, because if you listen to his whole philosophy, like why he likes to own nice things, why he likes to own nice cars, for instance. He said it's not about the car itself, it's about feeling better than other dudes or something. I'm like, well, that's really sad. You have this thing that you actually don't value because you just want to feel superior to others. I think that's a very sad kind of mindset. I like to own nice things because I like the thing itself, right?
But
what's the point of anything we're doing? It's just to feel better than that you're going to be in this constant rat race and you're never going to be satisfied. And I don't know. It seems not good advice for people. It's okay to like things you like and live your life.
It's okay, and it's also okay to like nice things. The question is how you go about getting them.
Yes, indeed. Up next on Rising, we'll explore how Trump essentially eliminated the neoconservative foreign policy establishment, which is music to my ears. We'll discuss. Stay tuned.